Hello Internet, welcome back to our Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead series. In the last episode, we finally set out on the road heading to the other side of town. Now, unfortunately, I'm a pretty terrible driver, and we instantly plowed into a lamppost which broke our only source of light on our vehicle. Panicking a bit, I swung to the north hoping to get out of town so we could do some minor repairs, and we did end up putting a few more floodlights on the front of our vehicle. After that, I was feeling a bit skeptical in my ability to drive through the town, so I thought we would pivot north and see if we could go and kind of skirt around the forest and get to the edge of town just a little bit easier than plowing through a bunch of hordes. On the way, we came across a black bear, which I promptly hunted for meat. Really was a little anticlimactic. I thought it would be this kind of epic thing of us killing a bear. Nope, just sort of bled to death, and then we harvested it for meat. The meat supply was not terribly impressive, but it will feed us for a few days at least. And then finally, we just sort of settled into our vehicle. I'm a little hesitant to continue driving at night, and that's where we're going to pick up now. So everyone, welcome back to my series. How's everybody doing? Did I call this a tutorial series when I did my intro? I may have. I've been working on my tutorial videos. Anyway, so I think we're going to wait until daylight just because I don't really trust myself when my neighbor's home with his motorcycle. Of course he is. So we're going to probably move into this area of town, but we're probably going to wait until daylight. I'm just not really confident in my abilities. Has been a few days since I recorded last, so I've settled down a bit. Usually when I drive and I do really poorly, it kind of shuts me down for the rest of the episode. I don't really know what to talk about or what to do. So yeah, recovered from that. So I think we'll just read until daylight, which should be very soon. It's 4 here in the morning. Let's where is my book pile? I got to start learning where the piles are. This is my tool pile. I remember that. That's going to be my unsorted pile. So where would I have put my books? They would be close to the crafting stuff, although everything is close to the crafting stuff, I guess. Uh-oh, not seeing any books. All right, let's go. We have some cracklins. Let's go all, and let's just pan through looking for some books. And hopefully... Oh, please God, don't let me have left them back at the base. I don't want to go back. Why, oh, this is not sorting everything. I want to see everything. All squares surrounding vehicle. Why? Oh, I have a filter, you idiot. There we go, we have the books. Okay, they're to the north, so they are on this tile. So they share a tile with our medical supplies. I'll have to remember that. So let's just grab a book to read. Probably... electronics, I think, was one of the last things that we had. Let's do this through the read menu. We'll have to turn on the light, unfortunately, for that to work. Make sure everything's closed up here so no zombies can see us from the wild. Alright, so we have electronics, which is probably what we would raise. At some point we should start raising computers. It's not super relevant, but I do think, doesn't computers affect auto dock success? We might want to, raise that a little bit. Mechanics we could raise to 8. I don't see much reason to. Although, Mechanics 8 would allow us to put an electric engine in here alongside our gas engine. I don't know if that's worth that pretty significant time investment though. We're just going to read electronics here. And again, we're only going to read for like an hour, so this is not a super big deal. Sun should already be coming up. You're feeling better rested from your exertions. Oh, that's great as well, because I have to look at what our weariness is. We're lightly weary. We're probably going to mostly use our gun to clear anyway, so I don't think that being weary is a super big deal. And here we have daylight. Alright, so let's pull back around to this town. What are you? Pump station. That's right, we explored a pump station. I forgot all about that. So we're going to move down into this town area, and again, what we could do is just drive, because we don't really want to be on this side. We kind of would like to be further down here, or even much further down. Actually, this doesn't connect anywhere. It doesn't connect that way, so we do want to be here because this is the only way out of town on this side. Alright, so what we could do, we can either settle in over here, and we're going to live out of our vehicle. I changed my mind. We're not going to settle into a house. We're going to live out of the vehicle. We could move over here, or we could try driving through town to connect over here, because this leads out of town and will give us the ability to drive away when we're ready to do so. I think for now, just checking out this area of town is fine. Let's, I mean, I guess we just don't need to see out the back. We'll just drive like this. And we'll head around, and I remember there was a brute over there, so that's something we'll have to deal with. We are at minimal pain, not a big deal. It's the weariness we need to keep an eye on because we're going to be in combat. But again, it's not super relevant if you're shooting. You know, weariness is not a big deal. See some bloodied corpse up here. What's your deal? Tub zombie. I must have killed you on the way out of town, maybe? I don't know. I don't think we came this far over. There's a blood trail here as well. Is something killing the zombies? Oh, and it led all the way over? Okay, so what looks like happened is we probably hit it with our vehicle and it tracked all the way up and around. But when did it get pulped is the real question. Did I pulp it at some point? Whatever. Anyway. Yeah, I don't have a lot of time to record today. Hopefully get one video in, but you know, you never really know what's going to happen. After that, my niece is coming early today. She has a birthday party on Sunday, I think, which means, you know, she normally stays here Saturday to Sunday. We've talked about this. But she has a birthday party or something. Man, I hate this sludge crap. It really, really slows your character down. Where's that brute? Are you a brute? You look brutish. I love that this is like a female looking brute. You know, it has the traditional long hair and like a dress, you know, traditionally female look to it. So that's really interesting because I don't think I've ever seen another tile set that had a female as a brute. I mean, it could just be a dude or whatever in a dress and long hair, but probably is supposed to indicate that it's female. And we do want to shoot the brute. We don't want to really mess anywhere. We don't want to be anywhere near it. Man, you're fast and you spread this stuff everywhere you go, huh? I didn't realize they were that fast. It's moving basically every turn. It's interesting. And we can use that. I think the zombies are affected by... I forgot to turn my sound down. Thank goodness, because I get to hear the gunshots nice and loud in my ears. So I do think the sludge slows down the zombies, so that's something we can use to our advantage, although I don't know that it really matters. Again, just shooting everything, and we have plenty of backup ammunition. Yeah, so my niece is coming today, which means I probably won't get a lot of recording done. I also have some stuff to do around the house. I had another flat tire, super exciting. That's, I think, my 6th one this year, which is pretty impressive considering it's June. So it's averaging out to be about one flat tire a month, and it's super not fun. Basically went out to go to work the other day, got in my car, turned it on, you know, ready to go. I had gotten my car back from the mechanic. I had some fuel issues that he allegedly fixed, which I don't think he fixed. It's still acting real funny, and I suspect it's just not fixed at all, despite me paying $200 for you to fix my car. I don't think he did. So pretty unhappy. Plus I took it to him about, I don't know, 6 weeks ago for the same problem, and he didn't fix it. So that's super fun, getting real sick of my mechanic. But he's a family friend, and I'm not allowed to talk bad about him or they freak out, even though it's my money that's evaporating. It's not their money, it's my money. Anyway, ramble aside. So I went out to go to work. I just got my car back from the mechanic. Was excited to be driving my car again, because I hate, you know, not being able to drive my car. I hate when we have to share vehicles. Depending on what vehicle I take, it can be really difficult to finagle all the stuff I take with me for work. And oh, did I not pulp you? I thought I just went around and pulped you. And got in my car, flipped on the old headlights, and spoiler alert, no headlight on the passenger side. So I was like, man, just got this thing back. It's the middle of the night, you know, it's like 3 in the morning. I was like, I really can't deal with this right now. I'm just gonna take it, you know. I know, like, I could get pulled over or whatever, but it'll just be one night. I'll fix it tomorrow, you know. They'll just give me a warning. It's not that big of a deal. Which normally I don't do that. Normally I'm really like by the book, very letter of the law kind of guy. So I was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna take it anyway. So I pull away, and I'm just like thump, 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 and I'm like, oh, good, I got a flat tire. So, oh, this is interesting. This house actually has stone walls, which cannot be climbed, apparently, and a gate, which is a chain link gate, but I can't climb the gate because if you examine the gate, it actually tries to open the gate. Whereas if it were just a fence tile, I could press E and it would let me climb over. So this is actually interesting because it actually prevents me from getting in the house, which is pretty interesting. Pretty unique. Unfortunately, the rest of your house is made of glass and open to the world, so not much security there, I guess. Really looking for some more books. Would really, at this point, we would really benefit from getting a high-tier forging book, like a weapons book or armor book. Not seeing any of those, unfortunately. Been a bit of a bummer. Haven't seen a school or anything to loot, so that's something else we would really like to find. Oh, I did, so a long time ago, way back in the first town that we started in. Sorry, the map screen is jittery. I don't know why. We found this mega store. And I had explored a mega store several years ago, and it was terrible. And I found one item. It was just clothes and a hand drill. And ever since then, I've never gone to these locations because there were so many enemies and there was nothing in them. Well, someone on Discord just the other day was talking about how valuable this location is and how cool it is. And now I really regret not checking it out because it's been reworked. I even remember, I kind of vaguely remember someone reworking them because they didn't used to have this big parking lot either. So I was like, man, I really should have gone to this place, but now it's so far behind us, we'd have to drive through 2 towns basically just to get there. And I don't think we're going to go, but I also, it's not on I was thinking about the large building scenario, and there are 2 locations that should be there, I think, and aren't. And one of them is the mega store. So currently the large building scenario, you can start in the mall, the hospital, or the apartment tower, the top of the apartment tower rooftop. And I was like, why are mega stores not on that list? They're a big location. It's very similar to a mall. We should add that to that list. And then also I was doing a tutorial video and I was looking over the scenarios and I was like, there's no mansion scenario anymore. It used to be, we had that scenario where you could start in a mansion, and we don't have that anymore. And I was like, that should be in the large building scenario. So I think if I get some time, I think I might add those to the large building scenario as a contribution to the game. So, but anyway, that's completely off topic from what I was talking about. I am doing tutorial videos. Which is like eating up all my time. Like I'm behind in my recording. I'm recording this video on Friday, and it will probably go up on the channel on Sunday morning. So I'm definitely behind in my recording schedule, and usually that's a product of me having like a hard time in my personal life. And this time not so much. I'm just working on a tutorial series, and that's eating up most of my downtime. I'm trying to put together a really good tutorial series. Anyway, what was I talking about? Good. Flat tires. Yeah, so I had a flat tire, and yesterday it was rainy, and I still managed to put the donut on, and then today I get a call saying that the tire's been fixed. So I got to go out here sometime and change this tire here before the sun goes down. So not a lot of time today, plus my niece is coming. She fractured her elbow, apparently. She fell at the pool and fractured her elbow. She's in a sling. It's always kids that break stuff. Like, I never hear about adults really breaking things. I know they do, of course. But 90% of the time when you hear someone broke a limb, at least in my life, it's like, oh yeah, your little cousin fell and broke her arm, or, you know, so-and-so's kid fell and broke her leg, and blah, 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 etc. So, I don't know. I never really hear about adults dealing with that. I haven't broken anything. I think I've fractured my leg when I was a kid, but I don't think we did anything about it. I got hurt playing, my foot too. I got hurt playing backyard football, and now, so like it was like mid shin. Some guys came down on me the wrong way and messed my leg and foot up, and like now my shin actually cracks. Like, you know how you can crack your knuckles? I can actually crack the middle of my shin. So that to me is an indicator that like that is not healed. That should not happen. I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe that's a thing that people can do, but like, I don't think so. And I think it's a result of having a fracture when I was a kid and then never really doing anything about it. I say kid, I was probably like 17, but backyard football, man. Backyard football. Anyway, so she's in a sling, and she has a birthday party on Sunday. The neighbors I always complain about being loud and their kids obnoxious. Apparently they invited her over for another birthday party. They were going to get a bounce house for the neighbor kids. So I don't know when that's happening, but I'm sure that'll be a scream fest over there. But it was nice of them to invite my niece. And of course she's in a sling, so she can't really do the bounce house, but you know, it's still nice. Like I have a lot of complaints about, oh good, we found the mailman special again, I think. Here come just a horde of doggos. It's weird that they're in the house, but I bet if we go back here there's a mailman corpse. I'm so tired of seeing that special location. Alright, well this is gonna be a real unpleasant one because some of the dogs are going to be evolved, although these are not. I bet there are in the house though. What are you? Skeletal dog. Okay. Alright, you just look like a skinny dog that's gray. Again, skeletons in Cataclysm aren't really skeletons. They're just, they have like hard tissue, like their tissue becomes bone-like. So it makes sense that this would be the same size and shape of a dog really, it would just have really hard tissue. I think you're a priority. Oh, I have my spear out. That's also not good. Alright, I think we're going to take some hits because dogs are hard to shoot. Also, the skeletal dog is probably going to tank. Never mind. I was going to say it's going to be resistant to bullets, but apparently that's not true. I really wish you guys were easier to shoot. I really do. I really wish so many of the smaller animals in Cataclysm are hard to hit and hard to shoot, and I just don't think it makes sense. A dog is generally a large enough creature that you would not struggle. Like, look, this dog is right here. It's probably about 10 feet away, right? I mean, I know we don't have a fixed tile length, but it's real close. You would think this would be very easy to hit, but they have to get real close before you can even really put a significant aim to them. And stop grazing him. There we go. Alright, so I do think there are more in that house. Let's try to peek over and get more of them to come out. Maybe it's just a house full of dogs. I bet there's a mailman corpse back there, though. Oh, it was this house, right? No, that's the one we explored. It was down here. I would like to get eyes into the house if I can. Tough zombie. No more dogs? There's a dog. I bet there are more in the back. Let's back off. I don't know if it saw me. It did see me. So we'll deal with these three. Looks like... Oh, looks like... mouse. Looks like there are some more regular zombies in there as well. So we'll deal with them. 2 more dogs. So that's what? 7 dogs now we dealt with? 8 dogs now. Super fun. Just tired of the hordes of dogs. Oh, good. Great. Oh, good. It was also one of the orphanage houses. Or maybe there's a park down here. There's a park. Of course. There's 2 parks. Of course there is. Real sick of the parks, too. Alright, so we're going to go back to our vehicle and we're going to drive away. We're not going to stay here. God, it's so obnoxious. Alright, just give me my spear. Oh, and another dog. Well, we're just going to walk back to our vehicle. If it chases us, it does. In fact, we can walk towards the sludge, and that way it'll track into the sludge and slow it down a lot. Well, that was a waste of my time. Super fun. Alright, let's try not to plow into any lampposts this time around, shall we? And we do want to pick up the speed a little bit. We don't want to be going too slow and let these this little horde get in our vehicle or anything like that. Yep, just look at that. Just look at them freaking kid zombies. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous that this has been in the game for as long as it has and no one has changed it. I should change it. I don't know. People keep telling me just change it. Like, even in our dev interview where I was talking to Korg, he was like, you should just change it. And I just haven't, I don't contribute anymore. I really ought to contribute something. I have a lot of ideas for the game. Why? What happened? Why did this jerk all the way over here? Is it the sludge trail? It might be the sludge trail actually has an impact on our vehicle. I don't think it would be that though. We're gonna drive out of town here. How did you get in my vehicle? All my doors are closed. I thought they fixed this. So we'll go at an angle here in a second. So you see how in my vehicle here, it's kind of that jagged look to it. Instead of being like a flush diagonal, it has this jagged look. Well, if you see here, there's actually a gap where a zombie standing here could move into our vehicle, despite the fact that it's obviously actually a full wall there. And this has been an issue in Cataclysm for years, since I started playing. But I thought they implemented a change where it fixed that. But that's literally the only way this guy could have got in. Our windshield is intact. Our doors are all closed. So the only way he could have gotten in, or she could have gotten in, is if they had come through the diagonal. That's a bummer. We're gonna try to whack at them while we're driving out of town here. And I don't know what the heck that thing is. What in God's name is this? A giant wasp, but you're so freaking huge. A gigantic slender-bodied wasp with an evil-looking stinger protruding from its abdomen. Its exoskeleton glowers with ominous red markings. You're huge, bro. That sprite looks great. I like that a lot. It's just a giant freaking wasp. Alright. Looks like they're all here. What is this? Oh, it's a park. Of course it's another park. So 1, 2, 3, 4 parks. 5 parks. Let's move over because this is the same area. 6 parks. 7 parks, 8 parks. Yeah, good thing there are 8 parks in this tiny town, plus 2 pools, by the way. Just so tired of this. It ruins my fun when I constantly come across these things. So it looks like a park has generated in the same tile as a wasp nest. That's what the that's what these pound signs are. They're paper walls, I believe. Yeah, so just a bunch of freaking wasps. A whale wasp? What is a whale wasp? Where are you? Oh, they have the same sprite. Or enormous slender body. Oh, it's the same description. No, this one says gigantic, this one says enormous. That's pretty lazy. Somebody should go in and give them their own description instead of just copying it word for word with the exception of one little change. Alright, so again, we can't stay here because everywhere we go... Oh, survivor bunker. I don't know what that is, but I want to look at it. I don't think I've seen one of those. Oh, we have to go there. I've never been there. We have to look at it. We can drive down the road a ways, park, and we'll be far enough away that they won't follow us. And then we can come through the forest where hopefully line of sight will prevent them from seeing us. Well, that's something. I mean, that'll give us something to do. I'm just so sick of parks, man. It sucks all the fun out of my game because I'm like, it seems like no matter where I go, I can't stop because there's just a horde of enemies because every park comes with like 60 enemies. Alright, let's stop here. And the corpse in our vehicle should be gone. We dealt with that zombie. We are far enough away that they did not follow us. And I know people get mad when I complain about parks. It's such a fun drain, you know, like it just sucks the fun out of the game. Alright, so we're going to check this survivor bunker. I'm not familiar with what this is. My guess would be it's like an LMOE shelter. Because mine, so I am using the caches mod, I believe. Yeah, so I made this mod a while back. It adds small survivor bunkers to the game, but they're marked as caches, prepper caches. So this is not from that mod. Also, it's a B, which mine are marked as, I think, question marks, if I recall correctly, which I don't think I've seen one in the game in a long time. They changed the way map gen works a while back, and I don't think I ever updated the mod, so it might just not work, but let's check this survivor bunker. I'm excited. I don't see new locations very often that I've never been to before, so pretty psyched to see what's going on in here. And we do have our gun and everything, so we shouldn't be in too much danger. It's really the wasps, if they come over while we're trying to explore. My guess would be it's in here because these are all identical trees, which if you look at the LMOE shelter, it used to have a ring of identical trees around it. That is a young tree. Spiked pits. I really wish that had its own sprite because that just looks like a dirt path to me. Spiked pits. Is there a hidden... I bet there's a hidden... We see the wasp. How close are you? Very far away. I don't know what their vision is like. It says it's tracking me. Are these all spiked pits? Dirt, spiked pits, spiked pits. Is it buried? I can't see with the trees. That's a spiked pit as well. I can't take... No, don't step in the spiked pit. So it seems to be in this cluster of trees. But it also seems... I don't see a hatch anywhere. You would think it would be in the circle of spiked pits. And I can't step onto it because I don't know. It's loud motorcycles. I don't know what kind of damage they deal. So it's like, I don't want to step into it and risk really hurting myself. How do you get rid of a spiked pit? Is there an untrap command or something? You would think examining it, but it says it's too dangerous. Leave it alone. What could I do to get rid of this, do you think? If I dragged a mountable furniture item on it, maybe I would be able to climb over? I'm not sure. Are these all spiked pits or is this just dirt? It's just dirt. So we're in here. There's a young tree. You wouldn't plant a tree on your bunker. No. So I don't see a hatch anywhere. It's just spiked pits. Oak tree, ladder, right there. Okay. So how the heck do I get in there? And I can't see because Altica has these huge tree sprites. That's also a spiked pit. I'd have to knock down a tree, which I can't really do. Do we want to step? Ugh, everything in my brain is saying don't just walk onto it. Just walk onto it. Oh, we're fine. Maybe it's a percentage chance that you get hurt. I don't know. Oh, it's just rubble. Of course. Of course it is. You trigger a tripwire. You trip over a tripwire. Okay, well good, because I thought that would lead to an explosion. Or maybe it did. Maybe it dropped grenades at my feet. I don't know. I don't see anything here. You tripped over a tripwire. Why did you not move in the direction I pointed to? Let's go up in case a grenade explodes or something. It seems like it just trips you. It doesn't seem like it's an explosive. But this is very dangerous. Because if we go in here and there's like a turret in the darkness, or... I should have brought a flashlight. I have my flashlight still. Okay. Let's pop down. Activate the flashlight. Okay, so I don't see a turret, which is good news. We can't spot tripwires. I don't know how you... Okay, you spotted a tripwire. Can I take it apart? There's a bear trap. Yes. Of course, we failed to disarm and we got caught in a bear trap. Uh-huh. Stop my bleeding. Oh, it was significant bleeding as well. I don't have very many bandages on me, which is not great. Okay. Well, on the plus side, that got rid of the... No, don't mess with anything. Well, what happens if you fail to disarm a tripwire? You just fall over. Uh-huh. I'm in a bear trap. How? There wasn't a bear trap? Okay. I'm confused. I would like to... Okay, we're free from the bear trap. Where did it come from? Was that the bear trap from down here, but then I tripped and it brought the bear trap with me, would be my guess? Okay, well, this is a whole headache. We're going to check this out in the next episode when I can think a little bit more clearly. And I don't know what to make of this place, but for now, I think we're going to call the episode. So, everybody, thank you for watching. Sorry it's an abrupt ending here, but yeah, I need a minute to collect my thoughts. So, everybody, thank you for watching, and I'll be back with more Cataclysm content in the near future, and I'll see you in the next video.